A good relationship for me is boring. Written and narrated by Peter J. Merrick. Let me start by getting this out of the way. I am no expert on relationships. I do not have a license, a certificate, or a fancy couch for someone to lie on while I nod wisely. What I have is life experience. A few decades of observing people, making mistakes, learning, and developing discernment the hard way. That is the full extent of my qualifications. If you want perfection, you're reading the wrong guy. Now, with that said, I took my usual morning walk down to the harbor in downtown San Diego. It was early. The city had not fully woken up yet, and I liked it that way. I got on the ferry to Coronado Island and went straight up to the top deck. That is my spot. You get the open air, the steady breeze, and a view of the skyline that feels honest. You do not need filters or angles. You just stand there, breathe, and let the place clear your mind. While I was up there, I noticed an older couple sitting close together. They looked like they were in their 80s. They were holding hands in a way that did not try to impress anyone. They did not look bored or restless or lost. They looked comfortable. And I mean truly comfortable. The kind of comfort that comes from years of choosing each other again and again, with peace over the noise. That is when the truth hit me again. A good relationship is boring, not boring in a dead way, boring in the peaceful way that lets you breathe. You do not need fancy restaurants. You do not need spiritual retreats. You do not need exotic flights to Bali or Greece or Peru. You do not need drama to feel alive. If you need all that, you are already covering cracks. A good relationship feels like your most comfortable pair of jeans, not the fancy jeans, not the stiff jeans. I mean the jeans that have kept you alive on long days, bad days, and days when you were not at your best. The jeans that fit your life without squeezing you. And here is the funny part. I have been on my own for going on 4 years, and in that time I learned something. I appreciate the boring now. I choose my own company over the chaos some individuals drag around. I do not want to decode mixed signals. I do not want to calm emotional storms. I do not want someone dragging me to Thailand to fix the energy after arguing on the drive to the airport. People mix up chaos with passion. They mistake shouting for caring. They confuse drama for depth. That is not depth. That is headaches. When you have discernment, you start seeing through it fast. What I saw on that ferry told me everything. That couple was not working at their relationship. They were living it. No noise, no tension, no proving, just being together. They were enjoying just being together with no distractions to mask something that did not feel right. For what I observed, they both felt right together because they were a couple together. A good relationship should feel like that, comfortable, natural, a place where you do not lose yourself. You should not feel like you are being judged. You should not feel like you are walking into a test. You should not feel like you need to earn attention or approval. And you should never need a trip to Bali to create connection. If you cannot sit together in peace, nothing else is going to save it. And here is the part I learned with time. What looks boring at first becomes the thing you depend on. That calm turns into trust. That trust turns into love. And those comfortable genes always win. Peter Merrick, A.K.A. Old Fart, Seeking the Boring.